my name is Niyaz Mahdavi, and you are listening to the Young Minds Magnified podcast. For new listeners, the Young Minds Magnified podcast is a podcast where myself and a couple of guests talk about how teenagers get affected mentally by certain topics and situations. In this episode, actually, we're going to be having a guest who is going to be sharing their experience with us related to how their family affected them mentally. Now, I would like to mention that this person would like to keep their identity anonymous for privacy reasons, which is definitely understandable. And this is a pretty private topic for some, and opening up about it to lots of people who you may not know can be very challenging. Even though I always encourage talking to others about your issues and your feelings in general, it is the most important thing is for you to feel comfortable and to listen to yourself rather than open up forcefully when someone tells you to. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and let's get on with the interview. First of all, hello, and thank you for even participating. This genuinely does help me a lot with my podcast, and your opinions will genuinely be, and your experience will genuinely be valuable, very, very valuable. And I am very excited, and I am very happy that you are here today, and you are going to be on this podcast episode. And I would like to ask, first of all, how are you? Are you doing well?
Hello, Niyaz. First of all, thank you for inviting me to this interview today. It is an honor for me to express my family issues today with you, and I hope that this interview will help other teenagers to deal with the family issues that they have. I am fine, thank you. I'm trying to be in self-isolation as much as possible, and it's not easy, I can say, due to different academic challenges as well as life challenges, and I'm trying to deal with it. What about you?
I'm doing pretty well. Thank you very much for asking. If it's okay, I would like to move on to the first question. So, my first question for you is, have you ever experienced any type of stress because of your family or due to any type of family-related issues?
Of course, every teenager or every adult, in every age, a child, a human being is affected from their family, and this effects might be positive or negative. However, lately, even though I can't say that I have a lot of issues with my family, there are still some topics that my family and I cannot agree with each other, and therefore I can say that we have these misunderstandings between each other, and of course, with family, a human spends the most time, and it is very, let's say, emotionally heavy to carry that misunderstanding between you and your family with you all the time. So, eventually, this has affected my life academically and in general my emotional side as well. But of course, this happens with everybody, and we should try to deal with this as much as possible.
Actually, I think that what you are experiencing is very common among teenagers and can be seen through other teenagers' experiences as well. And therefore, I would like to ask, is there maybe a certain moment or memory you remember that you had with your family where you were in a disagreement that stuck out to you? Could you maybe describe to us this moment?
So again, I can't really say that I have like that huge misunderstanding with my family about those like very big topics, but one of the biggest things, I am a different person generally, and for me, one of the most important things in life is to build a very successful career for myself. And the misunderstanding that my family and I have is connected specifically on my career choice. And this hurts me a lot because it gives me the feeling that my family doesn't really believe in me, or it's just they don't think that, they don't trust me with my decisions. And even though they do give me a chance to make my life go in any direction that I want, they still try to stop me with the career choice that I have chosen. And it's not really the most satisfying feeling to experience because, of course, when a human gets support from their family members, friends, and everyone, they are much more motivated to do whatever they want to do in general. And the problem is that I am 100% sure of what my future career will be. And for some reason, my family and I, we still have a little misunderstandings concerning that topic. First of all, I would like to give another suggestion or advice to teenagers who are experiencing similar issues with their families that they should not ruin the relationships that they have with their family members, but neither should they stop arguing with them. Because if they stop arguing with them, they are saying no to their dreams and their aims and mission that they think that they have in their life. And eventually this will lead to a very bad effect, and just try to not obey them fully and try to, go wherever you want to go in life, towards which direction you want to go, but don't hurt them at the same time. Even though the reaction of my family members in the beginning was very cynical towards my career choice, I still did not really bring it close to my heart because I didn't really pay attention to it at first. But then this did not stop, and it already bothered me a lot. And then we had a lot of discussions. I argued with them a lot, and eventually I got to this phase where it already evolved to actual fights and arguments between us. And during these times, you specifically have to uh, try not to hurt them, but you should not hurt yourself at the same time. What I personally did is that I actually listened to what they were saying, but I still knew that nothing would change. I still knew that the career I chose, I would pursue it through my entire life, and their opinion didn't really matter anymore. Because I've already considered their suggestions and different advices a lot of times over and over again because I lost confidence, I lost motivation, and I tried to reconsider my career choices. But every time, every single time, I would end up going to the same career choice. Therefore, try to not really listen to their opinions if you're 100% sure that you are going to pursue that specific career. But at the same time, don't behave rudely and just sit and listen to them. But you can not consider their opinions after some time, and you can just stop thinking about what they told you 2 minutes ago. That's totally okay because you already have considered their ideas and you already know that whatever they are suggesting doesn't work out for you. That's how I deal with my issues that I have. And it's been very easy lately because I don't really have that much emotional stress anymore. Because when you don't listen to their opinion and you already know that it doesn't matter, you just don't get hurt as you used to get hurt in the past.
I'm very, very glad that you also gave your suggestion related to how teenagers could also deal and cope with a similar issue, and therefore I would like to thank you not only for giving your suggestion, but in general for participating. I think that your experience could genuinely be useful for a lot of people who can maybe relate to the experience that you have. And I think that even if you are not going through this type of situation, you could learn a lot from we could learn a lot from your experience, especially since this type of issues can come in different forms. So once again, I would like to thank you so much for participating, and I wish you the best of luck. Hopefully, your disagreement will eventually fade away because I believe that you are on the right track. And it seems as if you know already what you are supposed to do and how to handle your situation. So I genuinely believe that this will no longer be considered as an issue. So thank you once again for participating and wish you the best of luck.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak publicly about these kinds of issues, and I am more than happy to share my experiences with teenagers who are experiencing the same issues. And I hope that the things that I've talked about today will help them in some way in any period of their lives, even if it's not the age range that I am in now. So thank you again for inviting me, and I hope that everything goes smoothly for every teenager and they deal with their issues effectively. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Young Minds Magnified. If you like this episode and would like to listen to other episodes, you may check our YouTube channel and our Facebook page, both Young Minds Magnified, for the other episodes, with similar topics on how teenagers get affected mentally by different situations and topics. Once again, thank you for listening.